Hi guys, this is episode 4 from the man in the desert. Coming to you live from the desert. For today's topic, we're gonna be talking about COVID. I know it happened a long time ago, like several years ago. And some of you are saying, why is he talking about COVID? Well, I'm African, guys. In Africa, does not forget what happened then. Well, I still remember. That's why. Still remember because that will one day come to affect the future. So that's why we're talking about it. Africa does not forget. Okay, now when COVID happened, well, the West, I spoke about this in the previous video. The West sucked up when they did. But COVID, I think for COVID, what happened during COVID made many African nations realize that relying on the West to come to your rescue is not really the smartest move you can make. It's better to rely on Africa to save itself than someone else coming in to save the day every single day. So I see a lot of African nations nowadays asking why can't they have the infrastructure to make the vaccines themselves? Why does all the Western countries need to have all this and that and this? And pretty much they are right. Why can't we as Africans make our own vaccine? Don't we have the doctors? Well, we have one of the youngest population on the planet. So we can have doctors. We can make the doctors right here in Africa, made in Africa by Africa, guys. The equipment, well, that was a bit of a tougher question than the doctor one, but guys, we are in Africa again, one of the richest natural resource-rich continents on the planet. Well, I think we are number one, by the way. I think we are number one at everything. So why can't we? I see South Africa already making that move. Egypt, Senegal, and a couple of other countries as well. All I can say is, be smart, Africa. It happened once. It will. It's not about if. You know it will happen again. There will be another outbreak. The question is, will we wait for the West to come to our rescue after they've saved themselves? Or will we drown? Waiting is drowning. Waiting is drowning. Are we going to rise, save ourselves? Trust me, to be African, to means you are a survivor, guys. We survive. Okay, so this is why we're talking about this, because Africa needs to come to this stand. It is better to save yourself than someone saving you. We need to develop every infrastructure possible to allow us to produce, and to distribute vaccines of any infection possible on the planet, even if it's off the planet. We need to be able to do all of this. We need to ask even from the West, the East, whatever, for help so they can help us, help ourselves. Yeah. Spoke about this as helping ourselves. And that's the thing. Relying on someone is good, but over reliance is never good for anyone. When you start to rely on someone for way too much, you become addicted to their help, because in turn you are no longer the capacity to help yourself. So I can only say this for Africa. It's time to step up or step off. This is where it starts. This is where it all happens. And the only question is, will the next generation remember for selling them? For making sure they have a future they can be proud of. Making sure they know they are African. Standing tall no matter what comes their way. That what every African really needs to ask themselves. Do we sell our country to the highest bidder? and we make an even better country so that the next generation will inherit something they can be proud of. That, guys, is why we are talking about all of this. Because as Africans, we don't forget, but we also need to learn. Learning from the mistakes that we've made prior to that. And during COVID, the West let us down. And yet, are we not going to learn from them letting us down? That if something like this was to occur again, they would do the exact same thing. I know some of you are saying, no, there was another way. Yeah, they'll do the same exact thing. And that is not a prediction. That's just the future. We need to help ourselves, guys. This is Africa. Africa needs to stand on its own. Only then can Africa be seen as what many people want it to be seen as. It's a superpower. It's a place that no one can mess with. So, guys, thank you. This has been the man from the desert, coming to you live from the desert. Only saying this, Africa, get your shit together and stand up, proud, tall. I don't know if you're going to be tall or not, but be proud because you are African.